2 months into 2025, and pot shop smash and grabs are happening all over, including 3 just last week.
The state's Liquor and Cannabis Board is trying to help, offering shop owners free security assessments. Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman explains why many are still not taking advantage of the service and what they could get out of it if they did.
When the security team does come out here, they look at everything, starting at where the store is actually located and what security measures you may have in place, kind of like the Reef here, who already has bollards in place, or if stores need to kick them up a notch. Essentially, they look for any weaknesses business owners might want to take care of. But as for why shop owners are not already using this assessment, well, experts say it's because they believe that any findings may turn into violations reported to the state board, which they say is anything further from the truth.
Whatever's going on right now isn't working.
Smash and grabs are a crime of speed and low risk, targeting pot shops across Washington.
We've repaired this building over and over. I mean, in the fact we've already put so many thousands of dollars.
Shop owners and employees are frustrated. While they've amped up security measures, thieves are sticking to the same old stuff, according to Jeffrey Slotnick, who's been in the security industry for 27 years.
15 years ago, a camera was just a camera. I mean, we're able to detect them faster, but it's hard to avoid a hammer or a crowbar or using a vehicle as a device to gain entry to a building.
The Reef in Capitol Hill is the latest prime example. Burglars weren't deterred by the pylons outside the shop.
I don't know how anybody runs a business in the city. I mean, we're taking losses over and over.
Slotnick and his team have been contracted by the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board to provide stores with free risk assessments. Basically, help spot their vulnerabilities.
How do you let people in the door? How do you secure your windows? What's your door locks and door lock construction? Where do you store your cash? Where do you store your product?
At the end of the day, his recommendations are just that, advice. Despite the rise in smash and grabs, only about 80 to 90 of the state's 460 cannabis retailers have taken advantage of the free security assessment program, which recently received an extension for a year.
If we make the target more difficult, then thieves either have to change their way of doing business or they move on to somewhere else.
That's the hope, to prevent pot shops from being targeted time and time again, like the Reef here, who is now making repairs at this location for a 3rd time, and a grand reopening scheduled at a later time. Though experts do tell me that these assessments are confidential. The end game here at the end of the day is to push legislation and keep shops like these safe. In Capitol Hill, Alejandro Guzman, Fox 13 News.